Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be creating my signature look that I like to wear 99% of the time, and I'm going to be creating it with the newest palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics, and that is the All Done Up eyeshadow palette. And there is also some liquid lipsticks and lip liners along with it, as well as a gel eyeliner. I will not be using the gel eyeliner in this video, but I will keep you updated on how I feel about it. Camera, I've been pretty much exclusively reaching for more neutral kinds of tones. I just think that this look is the most flattering on myself, so that is why I tend to gravitate to always creating this look. So let's get right into it. So I have a couple of brushes here that I really like to use to create this kind of look. I do of course like to use the Rose & Ben Beauty E27 brush. However, if you really want to be very focused and you really want to have the most control, then definitely I would recommend smaller brushes. So for the eyeshadow wing, I really liked the number 3 brush from Refer, as well as their 23 brush, which is even tinier. And then I also have this new brush. This one is actually from YesStyle, and I'm going to put up the brand on the screen, but I don't think this is going to be something you can easily order. However, I really like it for that because it's very soft and it's a very like pointed. I think something similar to that you could get is from Spectrum, and it was their collaboration brush with KJH, and this is the 21 brush. I'm not sure if you can buy it separately, however, but you absolutely do not need these two. I think you can totally just use the Refer brushes. And another brush I like using is the Sigma and Samantha collaboration brush. I think you can probably find something like this from other brands, but the way I like to use this one is to lay down like the darkest matte eyeshadow right along my lash line and just going like this. I'm not going to be using it in this tutorial, but that is how I like to use it. So I'm going to be only using in today's video the 2 Refer brushes. So first I'm going to map out this wing using Unexpected and the 03 brush because it is the largest brush, and I really want this to be blended out. This is just the base. This is what everything is going to blend into, and I'm just taking it right across my lid and then flicking it outwards to create the wing. And of course, you will have to kind of gauge on how far out you want to take this. But this is just to lay it down. It's not too dark. You can build up on this. Of course, you could totally just keep it like this if you wanted to. And then I'm going to take Pouty and I'm going to layer that over it, but I'm going to try to keep it close to my lash line. And I'm just going to first kind of stamp it on and just kind of sweep it. And then I'm going to wipe off my brush and go over the edges. And you can, of course, go back in with a little bit of Unexpected and just blend that out into the edges further. And then the last part is going to be, I'm going to go into Goddess, and I'm going to use the 23 brush, which is the smallest brush from Refer. And I'm just going to take this right along the lash line, just very, very particular in the placement, just really keeping it there and just trying to be controlled, and then just again just like swiping it out to really blend it. And that is something I love about the Blend Bunny mats, is they're so easy to build and blend. Like, they're just so easy to use. Like, I just know I'm always going to get an awesome look, easy look, no fuss. And then you can just keep going back and forth with the larger brush if you want to. So now I'm going to move onto the lower lash line, and I'm only going to be using the 23 brush because I really want this to be super controlled. I'm taking Pouty and just taking it right along the lash line, like as close as possible. And I'm going to end it right here because I don't really like to put eyeshadow down here because you can see there's this crease there. And so the eyeshadow just tends to travel too much. So, and especially because I have hooded oily lids, I also have oiliness under here. So I just try to avoid that area. And then I'm going in with Goddess. I'm just going to deepen it up again, super, super tight to the lash line. And that's usually like as far as I will take it. I don't like to take my eyeshadow down here, like I said. Also feel like it just makes my eyes look smaller. So depending on your eye shape, you could totally leave it like this. However, because I have such a hood here, I do like to create just a little bit of depth here. So I'm going to go in with Unexpected. And I'm just going to really keep it only about 2/3 in, if that even. And I don't really like to, like, I just kind of keep a little bit of a more of a wash here. Nothing too dark. And then going in with Pouty just a little bit. And again, you could just do this and leave it this way, but I'm going to go in with a shimmer. I do tend to just put like one shimmer right here. So I'm taking the Fair & Pixie Epoxy, I'm just kind of dabbing it on, and then I'm going to use my finger to just disperse it a little bit more. And I'm taking the shade Shine, and I'm just going to pat it. This is very translucent. This is so shiny. I feel like this is the shiniest that their shimmers have ever been. It's very much reminding me of the formula from the most recent neutral palette from Glam Cosmetics. It's just so sparkly. I mean, look at that. It's so shiny. And if you get it down on where you did the eyeshadow wing, you can just go over it with the brushes and just kind of get everything back in there. If you don't want it to really necessarily layer too much, you can also go in and just blend it here so that it's nice and feathered out. And I usually like to pair this kind of look with some flared out lashes. These are the So Real lashes from Kiss. These are like some of my absolute favorites because they're a little bit more glam, but they're still super feathery light and they look super feathery. And so here's the finished look with the All Done Up palette from Blend Money Cosmetics. So this has been a look that I've been really gravitating towards because I just feel like it really elongates my eyes and it just makes them look a little bit more cat eye versus kind of hooded. So I'm going to be showing you lip swatches while I talk through my thoughts on the palette, and I have used the palette a couple of times off camera as well since I filmed this video. And the mattes in this palette are definitely the same formula that I know and love from Blend Money. The shimmers are absolutely like the sparkliest shimmers I think they've done. For the most part, they're a little bit sheer, which I think is actually better because that way you can really have fun layering them over some of these tones, specifically the darker shades, to really amp them up. My only small criticism of this palette would be that I wish that Centerfold and Starlit were a bit more different. While they are different tones slightly, and Starlit is just a little bit darker, I just think that they're a bit too similar, especially in a smaller palette like this, which I really do enjoy that it is a smaller palette. And I really hope to see more smaller palettes like this from Blend Money. It just feels really nice and focused and great for every day. Onto the matte lip cream and the lip liners. The lip liners are super creamy and very opaque. I really love them. I love that there's no tugging. I love that I don't have to sharpen them. I really enjoy them. I don't usually use lip liners, but when they're that easy to use, I'm definitely more likely to use them, especially because I think they go great with the matte lip creams. And these are definitely on the very liquidy, thinner side, which I tend to prefer because I feel like these are lighter on the lips. Yes, these will probably dry out your lips to an extent, just a little bit, because they are mattifying. However, they don't like completely suck your lips dry like some liquid lipsticks that we all have tried previously. I really enjoy these. I definitely see myself using them. I did notice that they seem to be a little bit sheer, at least these two shades. I'm not sure about the other two shades, but I did feel like I could see my lips through it a little bit without putting on too much, so maybe a second layer. So I actually kind of like that they're a little bit sheer and they're not as opaque. Specifically, the shade Tease definitely could see a little bit of my lips through that shade. So let me know in the comments below what you think of this palette. If you picked it up, I would love to hear your thoughts. And that's everything for this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribe. There's so many tutorials already on my channel and much more to come. You don't want to miss out. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.